Dear participants, from yesterday we have started the applied components of research methodology and methods. Yesterday, Dr. Anita Auti has provided her resourceful deliberation related to research techniques in tourism geography. We have Dr. Abhiman Nimse, and he is going to enlighten us in the area of research techniques in agricultural geography. Dr. Nimse is one of the organizers and collaborating institutions for this national workshop on research methodologies in geography. I am very much grateful to welcome and introduce Dr. Abhiman Nimse for this national workshop on research methodologies in geography. Dr. Nimse is working as an assistant professor in the Department of Geography, Chhatrapati Shivaji College, Satara. And you might be aware that Department of Geography of Chhatrapati Shivaji College, Satara is the only grantable PG department in affiliated colleges in Maharashtra. Dr. Nimse has teaching experience of 18 years at UG level and 9 years at PG level. He has been awarded PhD degree by Solapur University for the research work on geographical study of public health centers in Solapur district. He is a recognized postgraduate teacher of Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Till date, there are 22 research papers are at the credit of Dr. Nimse, and all these papers have been published in the reputed journals at national and international level. He has presented 30 research papers in different conferences, seminar, workshops. Also, he has delivered invited talks in national and international conferences organized by various institutions in India. He has published a book on geography of rural health care, a micro level analysis, and it is one of the great contribution of Dr. Nimse. He is working as a training program like e-learning management system, use of ICT, then MOOC, SWAYAM, etc. He has completed various courses in the area of geospatial technology. Also, he has been felicitated by Best Paper Presentation Award by Ramanand Nagar College in the year for his research paper on cropping pattern and agricultural land use of Mohol Tahsil of Solapur. He is a coordinator of land surveying course. It is being run by Chhatrapati Shivaji College, Satara. And beyond this, he is a active researcher, he is a good teacher, and he always motivates the students for participative teaching, learning and research. With this very brief information, I would like to invite Dr. Nimse, and I request Dr. Nimse kindly enlighten the participants with your resourceful deliberations. Nimse sir,
Okay.
please
Thank you, sir.
continue. Please.
Thank you, sir, Dr. Sardar Patil, for introducing me. Good evening, all the participants, and welcome these sessions. First of all, I am grateful thanks to all the organizing committee coordinators and head institution of collaborative institutions Deoru College Department of Geography and IQAC organized one very nice and applied activity as well as national workshop on research methodology. This lecture series is very important in the viewpoint of particular research area in collaboration with MG College, Fatehgarh, Punjab, NK College, Mumbai, and then Gopte Jogoekar College, Ratnagiri, Department of Geography, and this one our Chhatrapati Shivaji College, Satara. Dr. Sardar Patil, first of all, I congratulate you because for your efforts made by success of this national workshop from the first day and your contribution in this national workshop is great. So thank you, Dr. Sardar Patil sir. All of you know to the lack of scientific training in the methodology of research is a great barrier for research in our country. So there is a scarcity of skilled researchers. All of you, the PG, UG students, researchers and teachers are present in this national workshop. So that is the need of the day, the focus on research methodology in interdisciplinary subjects. And this national workshop definitely focus in the different views of the research methodology. So I would have to say the lack of scientific training in methodology of research is a great barrier in many universities in our country as well as Maharashtra. There is a scarcity of skilled researcher. Many researchers take leap in the dark without skills and knowing the research methods. So most of the work which goes in the name of the research is not methodologically sound. So this is the big problem. And research to many researchers and even to their guides is mostly cut and copy paste job, as well as in particular viewpoint of the researcher without any insight saves on the collated materials. And hence this national workshop definitely provide the positive platform to enhance the quality of researchers, and the consequences is obvious. Like this, the research results quite often do not reflect the reality of the realities. And thus, a systematic study of research methodology is the urgent necessity concerning to the researcher or guides or also UG, PG teachers. And this national workshop is a very right times to start to know the different research techniques, research methods in our geography. So I congratulate Dr. Sardar Patil for leading contribution to organize such a nice workshop, and his positive efforts have made the success of this workshop. And I also congratulate all heads of these collaborative institutes, colleges, for gives the positive efforts to success national workshop research methodology, and this is the need of the day. So before undertaking research projects, research should be well equipped with all the methodological aspects. As such efforts should be made to provide the very short duration intensive courses like I mean to say you 45 hours lecture series organized in this national workshop, and that is the requirements today. So quite frequently these days people talk research before discussing or my presenting the techniques in agriculture geography, some things that is very necessary to discuss in front of all. So both in academic position, in several research studies are undertaken. So arts faculty, commerce faculty, as well as science, medical. So accomplished year after years, and but in most cases, very less paid to the important dimension relating to the research, namely that of the search methodology, and the rest of is much of the researchers, particularly in social sciences, contains endless word spinning and too many quotations, and those greater deal of research things to put, it may be noted in the next of this planning and development that the significance of research lies, it is the quality and not the quantity is only one need to. Therefore, is for those concerned with the research to pay the attention of designing the appropriate methodology for particular research subjects to improve the quality of research. And the methodology of may differ from problem to problem. Yes, the table approach towards the research remains is different. So keeping all these view in the present workshop has been developing the most appropriate methodology of their research studies to make them familiar with the art of this using different research methods, techniques, and it is that the table efforts made in from this workshop in different branches.
Sir, uh, are you going to share the screen or else?
Regarding this workshop, the lecture series consists of 45 lectures well arranged in the manner. I again welcome all to Sardar Patil sir, all participants, researchers, UGPG students, teachers, and head of institution of this collaboration institute. Today we are going to discuss our thoughts about the research methodology, in particular agriculture geography. So last night, just I work out some PPTs. Let us now I will sharing my presentations.
Thank you, sir, for your nice words regarding the organization of this workshop. And I am sure this workshop will be more beneficial to all the researchers, not only participated in this workshop, but also those who will see the videos, and it will be made available through YouTube platform to all the researchers throughout the world at free of cost. And it is only possible because of well-known resource persons, those who have contributed a lot for making success of this workshop. Thank you, sir. Please continue.
Okay, sir. Is it visible to my?
Yeah, it is visible.
Visible.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, sir. That is necessary to slide show full screen. Is it necessary?
Possible, sir. Kindly put it on full screen mode because it will be visible to all the participants, especially the participants, those who have joined from their mobile.
Yes,
it will be beneficial for them.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, this. Sir, yes, is it visible? First slide. Patil, sir?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay. So again, welcome to all the participants, researchers, and UGPG students, and organizing committee members and head of the Institute of Collaborative Colleges. So as far as concerning to these first slides, so my particular subjects, today's lectures of different techniques or research methodology in agriculture geography. So while touching the cross-section of these slides, this is my lecture outlines. So first of all, I will present in front of all research in agriculture geography. How does agriculture relate to geography? Then why do we study the agriculture geography? All of you know the geography and agriculture, both terms are no definitely to the as well as UGPG students and all the faculty. So research approaches is an very important while you research to start the research in agriculture geography. That is very important. That's why I include these points, research approaches to agriculture geography. Then importance of agriculture geography. Why do we research in agriculture geography? This is the important questions. That means why do we research? Study of agriculture geography, it's okay. But why do we research in agriculture geography? That means in the branches of economic geography as well as marketing geography or ecotourism also include this. Then I will focus on characteristics of agricultural research, qualitative, quantitative research in agriculture geography, agricultural research processes. There are different areas in agriculture researches. While we start the new research project or research papers to starting, there is a, doesn't matter it, there know about the different techniques in agriculture geography, or different what is the qualitative techniques and what are the quantitative techniques. So that is the must be knowing before start the researches. That's why I include these points. And then separate agricultural research process is one of the most significant topic or these sub points of my lectures, and research areas, research methods, techniques, and final the output of this agricultural research. So this is an outline my research. This is an outline my these lectures. So concerning to these slides, what are their relation agriculture geography and research? Obviously, all of you know the agriculture geography, definition of agriculture geography. That's I know in goes to the deep of the definition of agriculture geography. What is agriculture geography? All of you know. But research and agriculture geography, while touching these cross section of this agricultural research, that is very important points. The scope and significance of agriculture geography are indeed the unique and wide ranging throughout, that means local to global levels, local, state level, national level, and global levels. So agriculture has always dominated in the cultural landscape. While we think about the research process in agriculture geography, particularly we focus on cultural landscape. Cultural landscape, so all of you know the landscape, cultural landscape, that means the processing or intelligence or brilliant of the human being processes on the natural or physical elements. That means irrigation is one a cultural landscape, agriculture is cultural landscape, settlements, transportations. So all these are the cultural landscapes. While we do start the research in agriculture geography, I think about these particular viewpoint, irrigations. So that means impact of irrigation of crop productivity or cropping patterns, agriculture, transport, means of transportations. So the purpose of this agriculture geography is to gain the knowledge of global agricultures in terms of regional characteristics and the variations. So these regional characteristics and variation is nothing but it is the differentiation, aerial differentiation of soil, water, climate, and etc. So these are the characteristics. Every region, soil is differ from differ. Then sources of water is differs. Transportations or settlement pattern is differ from region to regions. So these regional characteristics, all these the variation from region to region. So the significance of agricultural geography is it provides to help and guideline for the decision makers. That means who wishes to improve the structure of agriculture. That is need to. That means the agricultural specialist who wishes to increase the production of foodstuffs and their economy. Food specialist, that is also required to increase the productions in relation to the particular proportion of the increasing populations. And who plans to introduce new irrigation scheme, that means these are the irrigation engineers. In the field of irrigation, there is a separate system how to improve the irrigation in between to the agricultural regions in particular area. So that is need of to the irrigation engineer. Then transport engineer need to public services, utilities, numerous other specialists, and who is one of the lookout for the most favorable regions for the location for research recreation areas. That means this is then most important to the regional planner also. So while we touching the section of the significance of agriculture geography and research, at that time the research is useful to agriculture specialist, food specialist, irrigation engineer, transport engineer, regional planners, all these are the fields. So while we considering to these modification of earth and through the cultivation of plants and rearing to animals to obtain the subsistence or economic gain. So your crop is a plant cultivated by peoples. 1/3 of all land area committed by agricultural use. Developing countries, what type of situation there lies to third population are involved in the agriculture, and employment in agriculture in declining in developing countries. Not only that means that agricultural employment is declined to the underdeveloped countries. But while we think about that particular developing countries, that is very dangerous for to these systems of agricultures. And that's why we think about in the particular viewpoint of research in agriculture geography. Research is very important to particular all the branches of geography. But what type of research do we in agriculture geography? Because agriculture is base of the Indian economy. So all of you know about the different aspect of this agriculture. We do not goes in the deep this, but in the research particular view, this slide is consist to synoptic view. Last night I work out in the PPT. At that time thinking. So that means the model of synoptic view, systematic research. Systematic research is always lying different branch of geography as well as different streams. But while we consider to particular agriculture geography and relation between different science, that means the agriculture geography and what are the existence relationship allied sciences. So this synoptic view of systematic research in agriculture geography is most important while we start beginning to the research, because of first of all it is here to look this research thinking view. Research thinking view one upon this the historical view, that means history of agriculture. That is very necessity to knowing about the different aspect of the agriculture. Then geographical thinking. Geographical thinking, nothing but it is the thinking about the agricultural geography. And third one is the systematic thinking. When we begin to the research in particular agricultural, so that is the need to systematic. Systematic is nothing but it is two types. That means the field of agricultural technology and the field of agricultural economics. Research of agriculture is consist into these parts: field of agricultural science, technology in agriculture. You know the recent technology in the agriculture. Many developed countries use to the technology and to increase the agriculture productivity. And another point is field of agriculture economics. Each and every agriculture, each and every farmers has its own economics. Family has its own economy. Every man has its own economy. Every institute should be the proper economy. Such type of these economy of the agricultural geography and technology in agriculture. So geography focus not only the climatic factors or determinants of agricultures, but also it while we start the research at that time, that is vital importance to agricultural economics, to understand the agricultural economics and the field of agricultural science. So what points are included in the technology of agriculture? Soil environment, crop production, soil science, soil productivity, potentiality, and the field of agriculture. These are the aspects of the agricultural technology. While we think about the field of agricultural economics, that means land economics, then management, and different consider to the points regarding to agricultural economics. Agricultural economics involved to the one another approach, geoeconomics. There is some relation between economics and geography. Although all of you know the geography is the mother of all sciences, but there is perfect relations to economy and agriculture. That's why research in our geography, marketing geography, regional geography, economic geography. So all these are the economic or economics of agriculture. And geographic factor and geography of crop production is one another factors to in relation to these all crop animal production agroeconomic factors regarding to these crop productions. So while we research at that time, you remember the historical view, geographical view, and systematic view. But growth of crop and animal production, that means in the research areas in agriculture geography, crop genetics, breeding, crop structures, functions, crop diseases, and agroeconomics that in relation to the crop production. It includes seed, fertilizer, man, livestock, study of livestock. Many researcher has gone in the agriculture geography in the particular subject of the livestock in different tehsil, different region, different state. So the macro level and macro level analysis. So this is a very that means the knowing synoptic view of the systematic research in agriculture geography. Then next, how does agriculture relate to geography? Geographers study where the agriculture is distributed. So agriculture products are consumed near where they produced, and these products are sold or consumed away from where they are produced. So in both points, that means where the geography study or geographer study agriculture is distribution, and geographical study why these farming practices vary around the world from local level to the global level, and it influences farmers to profitable rather than the practical crops. That is and very important here. The diversity is the point. That means local diversity, state level diversity, or these physical environments, again determinants of the different physical environments affect the agricultural production. So this complex situation of this environmental and cultural influencing many agricultural practices or agricultural regionalizations. And then my point is here, why do we study agriculture geography? So agriculture geography, you know, the sub-discipline of human geography in concerned with the spatial relationship found in that agriculture and human beings. First slide, all of you, the clear the concept of the cultural landscapes. And so that is the study of the phenomena and effects that lead to the information of the Earth's top surface in different regions. So why do we study, not research? Why do we study? Before research, that is knowing, that is necessary to know the regarding to the particular branch. So I will here introduce these slides to examine the spatial distribution of the crops, livestock, and other agriculture activities, and spatial concentration of agriculture phenomena. So that's why study the agriculture geography is very important. That means the reason for such spatial densities are examined by agricultural geographer, agricultural researchers, and these cropping patterns and crop and livestock combinations vary in space and time. That means spatial distributions are here. One example, that means the local diversity or regional diversity from one crop association of Punjab and Haryana are different from Rajasthan, Bihar, and other states in countries or in India. So such causes of such variations and their systematic explanation are one of the primary objective of agricultural geography and agricultural geographer. So crop association and crop livestock combinations, performance of various crops in a country, these are the major element in study of the agriculture geography. And this association is not going to the last many of the farmers and scientists rightly challenging the sustainability. So sustainability is a very important point is here in the particular viewpoint of agriculture research. So sustained agriculture, that is the need of the day. And the research to focus, that is a very necessity to sustainability of agriculture or agriculture sustainability. There is strong possibility of the farmers to adopt the new combination of coming decades, and the farmer always try to optimize their agricultural returns and adopt new innovations. And this temporal change in cropping patterns deserves the investigation and explanations. So while we touch the cross-section of this agriculture geography apart from these two objectives or three objectives, that means the country's agriculture has achieved the status of agribusiness. That means study of the macro level, micro level, and meso levels. These are the levels: regional variation, regional characteristics, study of the each and every aspect of in relation to particular cropping patterns. And the geographers should make the attempt to identify the impediments which are coming in the way of making occupying agribusiness. And one another thing is, and very important in the viewpoint of agriculture geography, agrotourism. Agrotourism, ecotourism, all these are the concepts very important in the recent era, because all the researches are going towards the direction of agrotourism in particular geographic fields, as well as economics or faculty of economics, researcher in economics is always go to this subject, agrotourism and agritourism or ecotourism. These are the concepts in the agricultural geography. While we consider to the research approaches to agriculture geography, so first of all, I will say to you this, while preparing an inventory of the research of the work done, while this field of agriculture, the approaches is very important. Come across the approaches which adopt the scientific methods and investigations. And while we deep study, agriculture researchers should know before starting their research of agriculture geography, before knowing the different techniques, different research methods in agriculture geography, that is very necessary to study the approaches of agriculture geography. Many researchers doesn't matter is ignore the particular branches of approaches, and that's why it creates the big problem while the beginning stage of the researchers, because they doesn't knowing of the approaches of particular branches. And so this slide is concerned to the commodity approach in a single commodity, sugarcane, all aspect, crop, livestock. So commodity approach is nothing but, so commodity, that means single commodity, for example here sugarcane. That means while preparing this inventory or research, the first and second, the second 2 points are very important while we study about this commodity approach. Why? The intensive study. That means this approach aims to the commodity unfined or as unbreakable units. And that is it is based on the principle of that commodity, and when taken up for study should be not studied in particular. So this is an agricultural geography. Such an the approach focuses of attention on the detailed spatial analysis, particular commodity, such as the geography of sugarcane. Geography of sugarcane, wheat or cotton cultivations, these are the include to the commodity approach, and such these are the single commodity and commodity all aspects of these are the growth requirement, their distributions, their patterns, concentration, their production. So all these are the elements are very important in commodity approach. So it is often set in the various regions, and therefore it may be the combination of two approaches. That means the commodity and the regional studying for the commodity in details. So these commodity approaches, not only these are concerning to these important, but also in the Western Europe, countries seeking to produce different type of foods and raw materials from lying to the Europe, and these agricultural products in tropical areas, in fact, that they had a great need to identify the developing countries of economic system and other approaches in relation to the regional approach, environmental approach, systematic approach. So there is some exist relationship between commodity, regional, environmental and systematic. But concerning to this first commodity approach, one thing is very important here. This approach, however, reduced agricultural geography to mere study of crops and livestock. In fact, of that crops is lying over the livestock are not only one components of agricultural geography. So it can be said that a commodity approach is purpose-oriented approach. So specific purpose that means single commodity. For is the example like this sugar cane. So while we considering to the regional approach, at that time we never goes to in the past commodity approach and had been dominating the agricultural sense. Later emphasis shifted to the regional approach, regional studies were perhaps essential to identify the regional distribution or regional characteristics. And this regional approach to a study, therefore, to start the geographic investigations in different elements or main interest in the area of the regions, and regional studies were essential to identify the major distinct characteristics or disparities in concerning to the regional disparity. So moreover, this approach involves the study of composite agriculture, characteristics in different region of the worlds, different region of the country, different region of the India, and this approach is used by the agriculture geographer. This one had the longer innings. So in our geography, Vitalassi in 1936, the strongly commended to the regional approach while discussing the major agricultural regions in the world. So while we in the research concerning to the agriculture geography, the regional approach is also important here. And last one, these the characteristics of this regional approach, considering to the every regional approach had in agricultural geography, irrespective of the size of the regional state, and is bound to concern itself with one or other aspect of agricultural landscape. So these agricultural land use, cropping patterns, crop diversification, agricultural productivity, these are the agricultural characteristics of different regions. So while we begin to the research in agriculture geography, that start or focus on regional approach. Then next, environmental or deterministic approach. Environmental or deterministic approach is nothing but to some 1966 maintain that environmental concepts. So you know the determinism, and that concept has been successfully employed in the method for analysis and interpretation of land use systematic and particularly the agricultural parts. So further introduced to the Harris, one agricultural geographer, is the opinion to primitive agricultural by the system correspondence and to the different measures. And this system, environmental or deterministic approach, gave in three well-defined refinements which have been discussed to natural, human, and natural human determinism. These are the three well-defined refinements in the agricultural geography. So while we think about this systematic research is also an important part to this agricultural research. That means also known as the general or universal approach to concern with the formulation of general laws, formulation of theories, generic concepts is an very important here. And these systematic approaches concerned to the agriculture geography, different two lines, that means study adopted in the understanding of regional differences in world agricultures, and then the study of regional differences. Study of regional differences in any particular agriculture phenomena, in relation to that it influence the different factors and regarding to the different agricultural elements. So ideally the first step in this systematic research should be the object oriented. So I am not the detail goes in the all approach, because in front of there are different techniques and the research methodology in agriculture is to the touch of all parts, and due to the limitation of this time. Then recent approaches, systematic analysis approach, behavioral approach, geographic studies in agriculture, the focus on human behavior, perception, and all these ecological approaches are here. And these study is concerning to next slide, importance of agricultural geography. Importance of agricultural research. In agricultural, scientists actively seek to discover the procedure and that will increase livestock and crop yields. So While we improve the farmland productivity, reduce the loss due to the disease and insect, develop more efficient equipments, increase all over these characteristics, and researchers look for way increase the farmers' profits and protect the environments. So among the benefits of the scientific advancement lies some risk. Scientists and society must consider the potential of the research as well as the risk. So with every discovery there exists some risk, and it is up to the society, policymakers, scientists to determine how much risk is acceptable. And risk comes in many forms, different forms. For example, there may be economic loss if the time and money invested in a research project. So does not result in useful to products. So why we do research in agriculture? This is the question. Agriculture geography focus geographical and different locational attributes, pattern, processes related to all these parameters subjects in regarding to the land. But the human geographer focus on the environmental issues, theoretical works of the agriculture activities. So there are three parts. That means research in particular concern to the physical factors. Institutional factors is very important while we beginning or start the research in agriculture geography. So we know the infrastructural factors. So all these are the factors, combination of these physical, institutional and infrastructural factors. That means we know about the terrain, we know about the topography, what type of climate and what are their changes in recent era. In the climatic change is the most important factor affecting on agriculture at global level to regional level. That means local level to global levels, and soil is also considered there. So another point is here land tenure. So that means the land suitability, land capability, land tenancy, size of holding, size of fields, all these are the land reforms. Researchers should know the many aspects regarding to these institutions. And one another is the infrastructural factors. Infrastructure factor is nothing but it is include to the roads system, that means what type of roads, what type of the irrigations, what are the electricity, credit, marketing, storage facility of different crops, crop insurance. So all these are the area of the research. And that's why regarding to all the physical factors, institutional factors, infrastructural factors, creating the big problem in today's world. That's why all of we researchers to focus about these different factors and to examine the spatial distribution of crops, to calculate the distribution, that means the pattern of livestock and other agriculture activities. So there are certain crops which have very high concentration in particular one area. For example, wheat in Punjab. Such type of these low insignificant correlation in other areas. So the reason for such spatial densities and examined by researcher is also one most important point. And while we compile of the agriculture research, that means these are the importance of these agricultural research. That means many people have relocated in urban areas for employment opportunity. That is necessary to focus on a rural area, because agricultural and rural area, agriculture and agricultural management and rural area, production and rural area, there greater efficiency of fewer people in the rural area. So in relatively short period, some countries with the majority of people living and working on farms, our country, less than 2% of the population working on farms. So that is the need of to this agricultural research, and these are the characteristics of research. Research directly towards the solution of problems. Agricultural research. Research demands accurate observation and description. So research acquires expertise, skill necessary to carry out the investigation. And research is objective. Research should be the objective and logical. And research should involve the quest for answer and unsolved problems. In particular, focus point of this agriculture research, and research carefully recorded and reported. So all these are the characteristics of agriculture research. And while we consider to the qualitative and quantitative methodology in agriculture geography, So you know the qualitative, that means the quality is nothing absent of the numeric values, and quantitative classification. So qualitative classification are based mainly the physical productive potential of land, economy only present to the background, and they are commonly employed the recon of the studies aimed at general appraisal of the large areas. So on opposite is quantitative classification. Quantitative classification is one which the distinctions between classes and are defined in common numerical terms, and which permits the objective comparison between classes relating to different kind of land use. So qualitative classification normally involves the considerable use of economic criteria, for example, cost and prices applied both input and productions, and to specific development of these projects, including the pre-investment studies for these usually require the quantitative evaluations. So qualitative evaluations allow the integration of many aspect benefits, social and environmental as well as economics. So while we considering to these both classification, qualitative classification include the qualitative research methods, and quantitative classification includes quantitative research methods. So these classification may become out of date more rapidly than the qualitative ones in a result change in relative cost and price. So while we considering to the research methods in agricultural geography, this slide is and very important, because these are the research process, how to go to the research in agriculture geography. That means first upon there are 7 stages. First step is define research problem about agriculture. While you start the research in particular agricultural geography, at that time you think about the different era or different aspects in agriculture geography. So that is the specific problem, to identify the problem regarding to the agricultural phenomena. Then second one is review and concept theories, review of previous research, dissertation, thesis, projects, and then you formulate the hypothesis. So hypothesis is the one another concepts in our research is very important to before starting to the your research or project. You know meaning about the what is hypothesis, what type of hypotheses are based or considered to in agricultural research. Then fourth one is design research, including some sample designing, then data collection, analysis of data, test hypothesis, and last one interpret and to write the reports or compilation of reports. So these are general research processes, but in agriculture geography, these are the research processes different regarding to the review of literature in agriculture, and these are the research areas in agriculture geography. Whenever all of you confused to identify how to identify the problem in regarding to the agriculture geography. So what is agriculture research problem? There are many areas, more areas or scope in agriculture geography to start the research. So the term of problems is nothing but it means the question or issue to be examined. And you know, in our agriculture, India's agriculture, many problems. There is a large, so many problems facing to the Indian economy or Indian agricultures. So the questions to identify regarding to the agriculture. So the economic problem, social problem, or physical problems. And this agriculture research problem refers some difficulty, need, which is a researcher experience in the context of the agriculture, either theoretical, practical situation, and to wants to obtain a solution of the same problems. And these are the areas in agriculture geography: agriculture regionalization, regional imbalance and disparities, changing crop concentration, changing efficiency, saline soil, alkaline soil, pattern of crop concentration, diversification, quantitative revolution, land use, land cover, pattern of crop diversification, irrigation, agriculture, full storage methods, farm mechanization, efficient marketing. Impact of COVID-19 is the current world dangerous problem to face the agriculture. So these are the recent research is a very scope in this particular viewpoint of the COVID-19, impact of COVID-19 on agriculture, food farming system, better management, resources, livestock, changing cropping pattern. On one another is in our agriculture is related, which each commodity is related to the market, And that's why agriculture, geography, and market, there is some relationship, and that's why agricultural regulated market center is also the research areas in our agriculture geography. So land use, land cover, all these are the terms all of you know. And these research methods and techniques in agriculture geography, these are the very important in particular viewpoint of today's lectures, because these are the one part, and second part of these methods, techniques, you know. Most of the person researcher do not know which techniques applied in which research, which type of research. So that's why this slide is very, very important to in the viewpoint of agricultural research techniques. First, methodology flow chart for land use and land cover and cropping patterns. Then the methodology flow chart for land use, land cover and cropping patterns. In next slide, I will show these methodological flow charts. Major field crop methods are decomposition analysis, and they are further divided of these methods. The conventional methods was applied by Shastri and Sharma. The model developed by Minas 1964, Minas and Vaidyanathan in 1965, Narula in Segar for 1973. For the comparison with the alternative and least bias methods, this is very well-known techniques in the agriculture geography. Hazel put forward his technique in 1984, applied variance composition and procedure, and the cereal production in India and United States is also applied this. And the method of index irrigation requirements, it is one type of methods in agricultural geography. Agricultural regionalization is the one part of methods compiled to the agricultural geography, and such type of this marketing geography or economic geography is related to the agriculture geography. That's why I point out here the nearest neighbor analysis, deterministic technique, and this slide is concerned to another techniques, much and more, so many techniques in regarding to the marketing geographies also. The first I was to measure the level of growth at agricultural market center. These are the two variables, number of market center, and the second variable, number of services given person. While we calculate to these variables, you got the results of the level of the growth agricultural market center. So nearest neighbor technique is one also important to calculate the spacing between market centers. Ecologist Vijay Clark and Evans put forward these techniques. Is many researcher has applied now nearest neighbor while the research in settlement pattern is also these techniques is very reliable and very important in particular viewpoint of marketing geography and settlement geography. Size and spacing study of market centers. Matthew's formula is very important to calculate the size and spaces between different agricultural regulated market center or market center, weekly market center is also, and classify the level of agricultural market centers. Many PG and many PG students or researchers to research on weekly market centers. So agriculture regulated market centers classify their levels with the help of M.G. Carlson's formula, centrality, Davis location question methods, and one another is Gordon methods 1966 is one very important methods. Hierarchical groups of agricultural market centers with the help of centrality score to calculate or to classify the groups on the basis of their hierarchy. Delimitation of service area of the agricultural market centers, Prakash Rao modified methods, and creating the different layer of the locations. So the overlay technique is an important, and Reid-Munch methods is also important to calculate the functional weightage of each and every facility to their market center and propose the new location. This is an important new location, proposed new location where should be the locate in the agriculture market center facility. They are based upon these threshold populations. So the simple percentile correlation and Karl Pearson coefficient methods is, and with the help of these methods, we easily to calculate the functional weightage of each facility and a new location of market centers. And other method is that means represented in tabular forms. You know, all of you, maps, figures, diagram, and different graphs and photo plates. So while we consider to this first methodology of flow chart for land use and land cover, how to this cropping patterns and land use and land covers. To start, one slide is here for an this is an just example I give in one project. Here's to understanding the what type of the flow chart land use and land cover and cropping pattern is useful to our research. So you know the land use is commonly defined as a series of the operation on land carried out by humans and with the intimation to obtain the product and benefits through the using land resources. And you know the land cover is commonly defined as the vegetation, natural, planted or man-made constructions, building, etc. And so that which occur on the surface, water, ice, bare rock, sand, similar surface also count as in land covers. So this oftenly the land use and land covers are used to the some synonymous words, but there is apart from these two terms, there is the variations, meaning land use is another concept and land cover is another concept. So remember this. So just an example, satellite images to give the first of all these 3 years in recent era, satellite image are very suitable for least force and the resolution. So just this is an example what type of these flow charts. First of all, to give the image processing with the help of satellite images and the mosaics, subsets, and they're classified to the different identify the features of the agricultures. That means agricultural land, what is the barren land, forest land, built up land. So with the help of these satellite images, you processing after the image processing and classify. In another, that means a supervised classification is here, and then identify the features in regarding to these forest, barren, agricultural, and then cropping area. That means give the information of cropping pattern, changing cropping patterns in any area. That means last 2 decades or last 3 decades, and the information gives to the district statistical office. And data from here is, for example, 2001 to 2 or 2011, 12. So any years here is, and then crop concentration of in each year or each decade wise, and then using some methods of the use, particularly cropping patterns, use of Bhattia's methods, and then you get the results using GIS, geoinformatics, remote sensing, and last one you can prepare the map, and to lastly the findings, discussion, and analysis of land use and land covers, and last one is the conclusion regarding to the any area of the cropping pattern or any land use and land covers. So this is the methodology of flow charts for particular land use and land cover or cropping patterns. You can easily use these flow charts. Then methodology flow charts for land suitability analysis. So that means collect the data, and as far as the spatial data, the soil samples, that means the classification or study of land suitability of physical component, testing of the soil is the chemical in relation viewpoint of this chemical analysis, crop suitability, and then you go to the some physical determinants of agriculture impact like this temperature, rainfall, slope, soil, and discussion, and finally to conclude to the land suitability. That means it may be considered in its present condition or after improvements, and the process of land suitability classification is the appraisal and grouping of specific areas of land in terms of their suitability or defined uses. So number 3, these are the one research methods or techniques in agriculture geography. Major field crop method of this is known as the decomposition analysis. So in the recent era, many researchers attempted on decomposition of crop or production into their component elements, and for the purpose of this demonstration of the likely output forms of decomposition models, and this decomposition analysis consist these methods. That means these are the applied methods, Shastri and Sharma, and the model developed by Minhas and Vaidyanathan. Then Sagar, comparison with alternative and at least Bias method is also the many researchers have applied in their dissertation or project. And one another is applied variance of the compositions and the procedure on the serial production in India or other countries. So these decomposition analysis methods is nothing but it is the one type of methods to arrange the sequential cropping production and their components. Their major field crop need of methods of this decomposition analysis. These methods, that means the different method decomposition analysis and their suitability of agricultural production in India has increased at an impressive rate during the last 2 decades. So a larger part of this increase has been attributing the adoption of new seed fertilizer and basic technology. So that's why this method is the need of the today's decomposition analysis. And this, it frequently debated that new technology had destabilizing the effect on the production of therefore and the production instability increase in India during the above periods. So measurement instability, it is the one part of the decomposition analysis and hence increase the production instability. That means it is a matter, is a great concern of 10 policymakers. And several researchers in the past have tried to study the instability by dividing the whole period into the 2 halves or to make the comparative study on the variability in the 2 periods. So this is a frequently debated that new technology. That's why this decomposition analysis of each and every crop is important. And various countries composition models, this helpful in the agricultural or non-agricultural sectors where segregation of component element is important. So while we touching these decomposition analysis to identify the component element, change in the crop production, change in the cropping patterns, identification and quantification of sources variance in the crop production, overspace and identification time, decomposition, output with the introduction of new technology in the farming system. So this is an important techniques. Conventional decomposition method consisting to particular Sharma and Shastri, which can consider to the production area and mean yield in the year, that means decade wise year or sequentially year for the base years, and to calculate the decompose of crop output in with the help of these methods. The researcher has used this Sharma's model and Shastri's model by taking the data of cereal production in any area or any region, that means the micro level area, and either is a meso level area or micro level area. The relative contribution of area is calculated in the yield and increased cereal production in different districts during the period of period is considered here you decade wise or year wise sequentially or over the period of, that means 14 years, 15 years or 20 years. And the Minhas method is also useful to the analysis of decompositions. The contribution of these average yield increasing productions worked out the Minhas methods. In many researchers in agriculture geography, to calculate you should select the major wheat growing districts. You should select the very any crop of your selected the study regions, and we can draw the valid conclusion about the contributes of the area and the average yield in increase in total production as both of the components in considering to the proportion of the population, either it is decreasing population or increasing populations. So Minhas method is also useful to calculate the major yield of the crop, and finally we got the result of percentage contribution. Area has been decreasing almost in percentage of some districts for in some years and increasing years, and the percentage of this contribution average yield has been positive in which year but low in the in particular. So after calculating you got this type of years low years, and average yield has been the positive in which years. So these are very suitable methods to these practices. And Minhas and Vaidyanathan decomposition model is frequently used by many researchers. The number in top these districts proportional output of these component element to the growth of crop output in different districts were worked out in the Minhas and Vaidyanathan method by using the data of the study area. So, two elements whereas the corresponding number of brackets express respective contributions, and each of these elements in terms of the percentage. Here is the sum in give the brief short that means short taking about these particular methods. Then index of irrigation requirements IR to calculate. This is a very important technique in agriculture geography on the basis of the density of population per 100 hectare and amount of rainfall and the percentage of area, these three, and under irrigation to cultivated lands, and calculate the index of irrigations of any area. Here is the in my research paper, one give the example in these slides how to the calculate index of irrigation that is required to the density of population per 100 hectares per 1000 hectares to total gross area of that village, and annual rainfall is also required information regarding to the irrigation intensity in percentage of area under irrigation. So all these are the requirements for calculate the index of irrigation, and on the basis of this index of value, each villages, each tahsil or districts of irrigation requirements. This is in my example of in my research paper in Mohol Tahsil of Solapur districts. These are the index irrigations less than 0.15 towards the grouping more than 0.60, and total number of villages, total 104 villages in Mohol Tahsil consist, and out of these 47 very low, that means 47 villages required the very low water for agriculture. 29 villages are that type of the low requirement of water for agriculture, and 14 villages that moderate requirement of water of agriculture, and 6 villages this type of very high requirement of water for agriculture. So these are the finally results or output of this index of irrigation requirements. And the agricultural regionalization is an important while we touch the cross section of agricultural geography. These are the techniques and generally in daily uses of the techniques and methods, but the word technique and method is the distinction between these two terms. So technique is taken to be the actual way of handling body of the data and statistical tools for the solving certain problems, and method is a more comprehensive and suggests a way of an orderly implementation of the project. Technique is thus more specific in its application to the given problem. So this agriculture regionalization is concept, that's why it is remembered to all the PG researcher students. The book named Agriculture Geography written by Jasbir Singh and Dillon. This book is a very important for the understanding the different regional characteristics of agriculture, understanding the agriculture, or while we start the research of in particular agriculture geography, you read this book, Agricultural Geography, Jasbir Singh and Dillon, in detail about this agriculture regionalization. So concerning to today's lectures, in point concerning to these are the different techniques, more specific in application of the given problem. That means the normative technique, empirical technique, single element technique, the statistical technique, multi-element technique, cluster analysis, combination analysis. So due to the explanation detail of these each and every techniques, there is a time bond of these lectures, and that's why that is impossible to illustrate in detail what is the normative technique, what is empirical techniques. You read this book Agriculture Geography written by Jasbir Singh and show us what about this normative, what about this empirical, and all these techniques. So regionalization is the essential because intimately concerned with the eradication and cultural backwardness between rational allocation of new enterprises. So this is so because agricultural development of region is not automatic process. Rather it is created and stimulated beside agriculture, regionalization, and exhibit of the territorial differentiation. So the basic purpose of the planning, therefore, should to be the strive for the optimum development for agricultural resources. So number of studies are available on the worldwide distribution, crops types of rural economy, nature of the problem associated with them. And these differences may be identified the regionalizing agriculture with the application of following methods. These methods: cropping or agriculture enterprise patterns, crop, livestock, agricultural enterprise combination, that means crop combination, crop concentration, crop diversification. It is the most useful methods in the agriculture regionalization, regional imbalances in level agricultural productivity. You know, the all over the India or throughout the world, there are very regional imbalance in particular agricultural productivity. Some regions have high agricultural productivity. Some regions have low agricultural productivity because of effect or impact of the physical determinants or socio-economic determinants. You know the different causes of this. Degree of commercialization and crop sequence analysis. So all these are the methods of agriculture regionalizations. So one by one, these crop combinations, we are not illustrate in detail what is the crop combination. All of you know, all the student of a geographic particular branch, and that's why you know the crop combinations. But while we considering to the how to calculate the crop combinations, at that time, study of crop combination regions constitute an important aspect of agriculture geography, and the combination is rarely in the particular crop occupies the position of the total isolation other crops in a given aerial unit and at a given point of time. So, for example, this demarcation of the India into the rice region or wheat region does not explain the agriculture is significant, and that very often the wheat region also has a rice crop, vice versa, or wheat is often grown in the gram, barley, or other cereals crops. And but in respect to these are the theoretical curve of the standard measurement of these crop combinations. You know the monoculture, about 2 crop combination, 3 crop combination, or such type of the n crop combination. And these are the theoretical curves of these 2 crop combination, 50%, like this, to different percentage in each 3 or 4 or 5 crops. So Weaver is a scientist, agriculturist, and he pointed out the relative, not absolute value being significant for these square roots, and these are the following formula Weavers applied for the crop combination analysis, the scientific techniques to study the existing spatial relationship between crop association to other crop associations. And these techniques are put forward by the Weavers in 1954. You know that these D is equal to summation D work divided N. That means the number of crop in a given combinations. These are the formula to calculate the combinations with the help of this. And these methods has been accepted, applied for the demarcation of crop combination, agricultural regionalization, and its application result into the suitable, accurate grouping of the crops. And the techniques, however, give the most and widely combination for the units of high crop diversification. And these are the base formula is also crop combination. The lowest crop will be the crop combination in these technique particular methods, and that is not required to calculate the summation D work for each combination. The type of the differences between all of the variants of this. And you know about the different methods is also for delineation of the crop combination region. There is some disturbances. The first method, the demarcation of crop combinations, and the second method is to the variable based certain differences. And the first crop only calculate to the these methods: delineated, arbitrary choice methods, crops grown in the area. And these statistical techniques about give the ideas of crop combinations have been modified the suitability by the different researcher from time to time and weightage in the total cropped area. So all these are different methods applied in the delineation for crop combinations regions. while we touching the cross section of the crop diversification methods. But diversification means, the detailed term of the diversification, and these methods are explained in detail in the book, namely Agriculture Geography, written by Jazabasi. So these methods of the crop diversification, crop combinations, useful to the Bhattia's methods formulated by this type of this formula, index of crop diversification, percentage of sown area under and number of X crops. This is the formula, and with the help of this formula, you can calculate to the X crops are those individually occupy how many percent of the more of the gross cropped area in the under study area. And in this method, higher the value of diversification, you remember, index lower is the degree of crop diversification. So this is an important conclusion while we calculating the index of crop diversification. You also attention here, higher the value of the diversification index, lower is the degree of crop diversification, and vice versa. So this technique is also useful to calculate the index of crop diversification. So many researchers in the past decades, in a particular viewpoint of agricultural geography, they calculate the index of crop diversification, crop combinations, and crop concentrations with these and Bhattia's methods. So while we're touching the cross section of these crop concentrations, so you know the detailed concept of the crop concentrations. I don't have explained due to the time limitations in detail crop concentrations. So the various geographer, researcher used these applied location coefficient methods, and these have also been applied to the geographer for the determination of regional characteristics of cropping patterns. So in this technique, the regional character of crop distribution is investigated and determined, and first by the comparing of the proportion of the sown area under different crops. So with the help of these techniques, we can easily calculate to the crop concentration, and these are the formula of this location coefficient method to expression as given in these slides. Index, how to calculate the index for the determination of crop concentration. So area of X crops, any crops, in the component of areal unit, entire regions are very important while we calculate the crop concentration, and area of all crops in the component areal unit, and area of all crops in the entire regions. So with the help of this formula, above technique, we just calculate the index value, and is greater than the unity, the component areal unit account for share the greater area, and this distribution were uniform to the entire regions, and this great agricultural significance. So this type of techniques are helpful to agricultural research. As far as concerning to these slides, agricultural productivity, how to calculate the agricultural productivity. In while we beginning to the research in agricultural productivity, the productivities differ from region to regions because of the impact of the physical determinants, socio-economic determinants, and in our agriculture geography, M.G. Kendall's ranking coefficient method is a very important methods, and you see here the such type of formula how to calculate the ranking coefficient index. So R1, R2, R3, such type of n number of R's, and divided all of these n. That means n means number of crops. N is nothing but it's the number of crops. And R stand for ranking of yield of the individual crops. One example here is in my research papers, ranking coefficient, how to the productivity grade and name of circle of Tehsil, this XYZ, and after calculating this with the help of M.G. Kendall's ranking coefficient methods, we get the results: high productivity, medium productivity, low productivity, and these are the hierarchy of the ranking coefficient grade. So in this way, there are different methods delineation of agricultural regions, agricultural regionalizations, and this slide is consistent. Next slide, marketing geography is also, there is some relationship between agriculture and marketing geography, economic geography. So first of all, I tell all of you the there is a relation, agriculture, market and geography. That means it is the sub-discipline of human and economic geography. That's why marketing, which examines the primary, secondary and tertiary quaternary activities of man's, and there are number of techniques and methods is already you display first 2 or 3 slides, marketing geography. But while touching the cross section of this primary activity, there is research areas in secondary activity and research areas in tertiary activity. At that time, one technique is an important here, nearest neighbor analysis techniques. You see here, dispersion value, pattern of agricultural regulated market centers with the help of these nearest neighbor analysis techniques is an important, as well as in how this type of agriculture geography, marketing geography, such type of these techniques are useful to calculate the settlement pattern is also. RN value got it, and the ratio of this, you see here RN value 0 to 1. So pattern cluster to randoms. While we calculating or coming to the value RN between 1 to 2, consider to the random to regulator patterns, either it is settlement or agriculture regulated market centers, or weekly market center is also considered here. And when the value of 0, it consider the cluster agriculture regulated market centers. And when we got the definite fixed 1 value, it considered to the random, and 2.14, that's why the indication of the regular patterns. So this is a very important techniques to calculate the dispersion value patterns of market centers weekly, as well as agriculture regulated market centers. Not only these techniques useful only marketing geography, but also settlement pattern is also settlement pattern. To calculate the settlement pattern, this technique is many researchers has applied these techniques. While we touching the cross section of this deterministic technique calculated by using the mathematical techniques, and these techniques fall into 2 groups, deterministic and parabolistics. So you know the another techniques of these deterministic, there are further divided in 3 categories. Gravity model was proposed by Zipf, and this is the main aim of these, how the predict of the amount of the movement between places in a given period of time. And what is the basic principle of gravity model? It is based on the Newton's universal law of gravitation, and that attraction of region is proportional to the product of their mass, in this case of the population size, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. And it can be mathematical expression as like this. This is the formula up to calculate the gravity model by Gibbs. This is the main aim and basic principle. And another, the law of retail gravitation is also important in the particular viewpoint of marketing geography. Proportion to the size, population size, and centers, and proportion to the square of the distance between either center and an intermediate places. This is the basic principle of these the law of retail gravitations. Now, not I mean gives the detail of this principle, and the last one is the breaking point theory is also important to predict the distance. With the help of this breaking point theory, we easily predict to the distance of the breaking point. That means intermediate point between 2 cities, and explain between 2 towns or cities there is a point limit up to which one city exercise dominating in retail trade. So the interaction between this breaking point can be delimited by the with the help of this formula. And very much lastly, I conclude to these the research outputs. Such type of these number of methods are applied in the agriculture geography. And last one, what is the output of this agriculture research? So agriculture research always provide help and guideline for decision maker and the agricultural specialist who wishes to improve the structure of agriculture. And second, agricultural research output, that means who wishes to increase the production of foodstuffs. That means food economist. Agriculture research is always help to the food economist, agricultural specialist. And who plan to introduce the new irrigation scheme, that means engineer. in the field of irrigation. Regional planner is also important to, these are the techniques, these are the different research methods in agriculture geography. Look out for the most favorable location or recreational areas. And not only these agricultural specialists, food economist, irrigation engineer, regional planner, but also transport engineer, transport planners who plan public services and utilities and numerous other specialties. So, due to the time limitations and overall the coverage of the different research techniques and methods in agricultural geography of these in relation to economic and marketing geography, in my knowledge, I have tried to explain my expertise or share and views regarding to these different research methods in agriculture geography. I once again thank you, Dr. Sardar Patil sir, and all the organizer of Collaborative Institute of this National Workshop on Research Methodology. Thank you of all organizing committee for giving me a wonderful opportunity to express my view regarding to the different techniques as well as qualitative and quantitative techniques in particular agricultural geography. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir, for a wonderful session. It was really a great session, and I congratulate you for providing an insight into research techniques in agricultural geography. Agricultural geography is one of the important branch, especially the country like India, because most of our economy has the base of agriculture, and this is the role of the geographers, that we can analyze, or it is our duty to analyze the agricultural patterns with spatial and temporal context, and our research should be focused on GI, that is geo indication, and I'm sure that all the participants might have received an idea regarding research techniques in agricultural geography. I request all the participants kindly ask any questions, any queries, or if you require any further clarification, Dr. Nimse will definitely provide an insight into your question. Please extend my sincere thanks to you for delivering such a wonderful session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. It was really a worth time sharing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.